So today, or for this video, I want to show you guys how to determine if something should be a prepaid, meaning it's not related to that period, it's related to a future period, or not, and then also how to create that prepaid account and to make the adjustment to move the bill or the expense to a prepaid account. So I wanted to kind of show you guys a little receipt. So I was reviewing the income statement and I clicked into this account and I was like, okay, Shopify charges, fine. Shopify hosting, they don't actually list on their bills the term, like the date range that their services are applying to. If this was a bigger company, then I would reach out to them and actually request that, because when you're dealing with bigger companies, you actually have much larger dollar amounts. And so that is important. If this was a small company and it was a much larger dollar amount, I would still reach out and say, hey, what is the term for this, so that you can make sure you're putting it in the correct period on the income statement. So with this one, I'm just gonna show you guys how we determine. Okay, so here is the example of the receipt for tax jar that I was able to acquire, and I just blocked out the company name, so because that's private. And so up here you see March 27th to April 27th. So that tells me not only is the majority of the services in April, but generally the guideline that you're taught in corporate is that if the term starts mid-month, so say it starts on the 16th of the month and then goes into the next month, then that expense is included in the next month, not the current month. So if it starts in the beginning half of the month, it's for that month. That's just how you determine it. If it starts in the second half of the month, it's for the following month. So that's kind of how you do that. It's really hard to tell if you don't go by that guideline. It's real shaky and you want to be consistent. So to be consistent, I always keep it in my head. If it's between March 1st and the 15th, then it's for March. If it's between the 16th and the 31st, it's for April. And that's just to keep it consistent across the board in any company. And I've actually discussed this with coworkers and they feel the same. I was taught that way by controllers. I've never been steered in a bad direction in that way. Because if anyone says, hey, why is this in that period? I said, oh, the start date is XYZ. And they're like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And then we move on. So it's good to have that kind of as a rule of thumb, both for accruals and for prepaids. Accruals can be a little different if you have, like, say, a contractor. If they've worked, a portion of the month, you still have to accrue for that portion regardless of when it happened, because it was related specifically to that month. But with subscriptions, you just have to make sure that if it's a monthly billing, you're just putting it in the right month.